Have you ever thought to yourself, Razor makes the perfect little mini bike slash pit bike, especially once you've upgraded everything. I mean, upgraded nothing. Obviously, it's great just the way it comes out of the box. I know you can't tell, but that was a wink. It's just these tiny wheels at this point. Well, we had that thought, and so did Electro & Co. apparently, because they just came out with their big wheel kit, specifically made for Razors. So you already know, we had to get them. They package this stuff insanely well. Sticker, as always. Look at the size of this bad chicken. It's just so wide. Gosh. Beautiful. Again, they package this thing insanely well. I had to pull this stuff out of every corner. And for the first time ever, instructions for each and every platform and setup you can imagine. This is beautiful. Hang on to this. The front tire looks huge and like it's going to make the bike a lot taller. The brake adapter, which is much different than the one that comes with the extensions. Rotors, same size as upgraded ones. The sprocket, absolutely massive. And the hub adapter, spacers, hardware. Just look at the size of these things. They're massive. Like, in comparison, this wheel and tire came with my ETM V2 forks, but they ended up going onto my RSF, so I didn't use that tire. I can imagine a lot of people use those forks for an SX or an MX though, which is probably why they give you the dirt tire. But front tire comparison, it's definitely not the same wheel or tire. Jumping right into it here. Speaking of jumping in, we're going to be doing some jumping around here. Front tire first, rotor, now the back tire, rear rotor, and sprocket. Next, right? Hold the phone. Adapter. Make sure you put it on this way. 4 contact points. Now the sprocket, right? We're going to need the hardware from the other tire. So we're taking that off the rear. Very simple. Just a bunch of loosening everything up. Taking out your axle bolt. Don't lose your spacers. And we won't be needing this anymore. I forgot to mention that you do need the bigger chain, the big thick gold bad boy. So, taking the sprocket off the old rear tire, the old stock rear tire, not because we're going to use that sprocket, but because we need the hardware. In comparison, that is a 65 tooth compared to an 80 tooth. Again, 4 contact points, 4 screws. Got to take the rear brake off. And the mount. The adapter. Just for size comparison, you can see why you do have to use a different one. Put the new one on. Put the brake back on. Boom. Like I said, a little bit of jumping around here just to simplify things. Putting the rear tire on. We're just following instructions with these spacers. Came with the kit. Very simple. Now taking the front tire off. Things got a little hairy here. Spacers were unique. For my setup, it's because they're ride or die forks and ride or die brakes. Another thing to note with the ride or die forks, I had to take this spacer off of this side, or the rotor was actually touching the caliper mount. So this allowed it to thread without these bolts going too far through and touching the rotor as well. Honest to God, first reaction here, everybody, because I didn't even sit on this until like 5 minutes ago. This feels great. I love the 12-14 setup versus the 10-12. And I mean, things are a little off. Like, this is not the perfect setup, but would I recommend it? Absolutely. Especially compared to those stock tires. I couldn't wait to get rid of those thin, tiny little 10 and 12. So we're literally only going up 2 inches here. Instead of being a 10 and 12, now it's a 12 and a 14. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This was a unique situation that not everybody is going to run into, but I could definitely see some people having this same problem. I'm sure I'm not the only one to notice and realize that this is the case with this certain setup, but we'll get into that. And at the end, I'm going to have a lot more details here about spacer sizes and things like that, because it ended up being a little confusing, believe it or not. Oh, that feels great in mode 2. And if you guys haven't seen my other episodes, you should, because there I explain how I have this thing set up and tuned. Although that brings me to my next subject, the tuning. I probably should have changed my tire diameter in the app, and I looked at it and got more confused than I already was, so I gave up. And this feels okay for now, but again, would I recommend it? Probably not on that front. So I'm gonna hit up Electro & Co later and see if they can explain to me what my wheel diameter should be set up to in the app now that I have these 12 and 14s on. Oh, also, I threw a little rear fender on. Now this is from FAFO. If you know, you know. And listen, those guys are great, all right, but so are their products. I love what they do. I fully support this, but for $30, I really didn't expect a whole lot. Like, I knew it would be plastic, but I'm kind of shocked at how flimsy this is for being $30 shipped to the door. Of course, again, that was shipping and tax, but here's the real test. Into the trails. In mode 2, oh, you can really give it quite a bit more. That's my first initial reaction, is it's very clear that you can, this thing can handle a lot more now. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense, y'all. Like with the tiny 10s and 12s, every little bump was such a impact. And I'm not gonna say it isn't an impact still, but God, is this an improvement. Like, I feel like I could keep up with the Surron on this if I wanted to. And standing up, I just stood up for the first time while riding around a corner or on the trail. That feels so much more natural than it did before. I'm a tall guy, 6'4", about 200 pounds roughly, on a good day. And oh my goodness, I don't even remember what we were talking about. Oh, standing up. It used to feel really weird. Like, I would recognize how top heavy I was and that just aerodynamically challenged. If you're tall, those phrases will probably make sense to you. Now it feels way better. And like always, the GoPro probably isn't going to give this justice, but this is rocky and bumpy as can be. Oh shoot. And this rear brake is not working very well. It is working. That's full though. So I've been using a little bit of front brake too. And that's kind of what I'm waiting to get at the end here, but I'll touch on it. The spacers and stuff. So I have a unique setup. Let's see if I can get to a safe spot where I can show y'all. That was a blast. I'm going back in that way too. So this setup, the spacer situation, everything went as planned and as the instructions suggested with the rear. Smaller spacer on the sprocket side, bigger spacer on the brake side. With the front, because I have ride or die forks and not Electro & Co forks on this bike, and thank God I have a lot of parts, but this is going to seem crazy, but these forks came with spacers for RSF wheels, Supermotos, or, you know, MX wheels, right? So what I ended up having to do to make this work was use one of the RSF spacers, which happens to be smaller, and this actually came from my RSF wheel adapter kit, whatever you want to call it, that's made for the ETM V2 forks. In order to make RSF wheels work with those forks, we put those forks on my RSF. Again, link below to that video. We did not end up using the spacers though for the rear. It came with a lot of spacers, that extra kit, for 30 bucks or whatever it cost from Electro & Co for the spacer kit. It comes with a lot of different sizes and spacers, and now I know why. Because some of those were made for the front, for the fork, but Electro & Co's probably think, I'm just guessing here, if we're going to give them the spacers to make RSF wheels and Supermotos work with our front forks, That means they're probably putting an RSF and Supermoto in the back as well. Let's make it worth it and include the spacers for the back. Well, good thing I had that. Long story short, I guess I gave you all the long version anyway, because that's what that is. It's the longer of the two made for the back of the RSF wheel adapter kit. And I'm guessing that would have been used on the back if we were using Supermotos on this. So that's totally fine, because I have Supermotos for this bike. That way I don't have to take them off my RSF. But when the time comes to putting those on and taking these off, switching back and forth, I'll have all the spacers I need to make things work. Like, I had to try multiple setups to figure this out. God, this thing is beastly looking now. I think I want the 3-inch drop pegs next. These 1.5 are a godsend. Like, what a blessing. But, and I know that was a short trail ride, but 98% on the battery still. Can it do it? Oh yeah, with ease. I bet you it could have before too. Again, GoPros aren't giving justice to things like this, but I'm having to 2-finger the back brake because it's barely working. But see, these are the trails I wanted to show you guys. God, is this wheel kit awesome. If I had it my way, I'd have more razors. I really want a Pro Spec next too, by the way. Simply because changing wheels left and right kind of sucks, especially at my age. It's a back-breaking task. I just wish I had one I could leave with Supermotos, one I could leave set up like this. Keep my RSF. Yeah, this is still a little bike. Be careful, guys. This should be my catchphrase. Big guy, little bike. But no. We had to pick wheels in weird places instead. I should probably tell y'all, we're headed to some weird places soon. But up next, some much awaited for crazy kart content. It's coming. Stay tuned. I ain't done yet though. Oh, I think that was horse poop. Anyway, crews helped me discover these trails, but some of it was too muddy, some of it was blocked off. Now that I'm back, I'm realizing some of it's open that wasn't before, and new stuff is blocked off that wasn't before. So this is an ever-changing trail, which is kind of cool. But this is fun. This is also my first ride on this setup, so I really don't want to run into a bunch of issues either. Oh, cool. It opens up because it's a power line. Okay. Kind of wish I knew where I was, but that's okay. We can get back going the same way we came. Yeah. This setup. Oh my gosh, guys. I'll make it, don't worry. But I think this might be where I have to say goodbye and focus back on the ride. Yeah, lots of crazy kart content to come. I keep getting got by these. It's so thorny. I gotta get out of here. Oh my God. I promise I'll get to the point here eventually. God dang. It's wet and thorny. Keep that in mind, guys. This kit would work a lot smoother with a full ENC setup, but it's not undoable. And some might already have figured this a given, but my front wheel is not exactly even with the frame. It is off ever so slightly. You wouldn't notice unless you were looking for it, honest to God. But that's because of the spacer situation. Like I said, some of you probably already figured that a given. Oh yeah. This is a blast, y'all. Yeah, so because of my ride or die forks, I had to figure out some MacGyver shit. And I'm noticing my rear brake isn't working the greatest either, because that's ride or die. But it does work. I'm just mentioning how it would have done a lot better on an ENC setup entirely. I have the ENC extensions, swing arm extensions. Oh, I have an ENC powertrain. Shoot, I have the D&M rear shock from ENC. This is in mode 1 too, people. Like, I'm just having a blast. I did go up it in mode 2. Yeah, this is amazing. I can't recommend these enough. Don't forget my discount codes. Whether it's ENC, Taxi Garage, Ride or Die, I got you. And more to come. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned to my content. I'll show you what's up with each and every part for these things. I can't afford to buy new bikes every week, so that's what I got for y'all. So again, thank y'all so much, especially for y'all that watch till the end and support me thick and thin. Y'all are awesome. Until next time. Whew. I don't dare take both hands off this bike with this setup though quite yet. Thank you. Yeah, it's a little lopsided because of that front end, but I still feel like that's okay. It just feels so much better, guys, with a 12 and a 14. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Cannot recommend enough.